was born in America of Arab Italian parents. And since I can remember, I've always been making things, drawing, always drew portraits. My father was a very good portraiture. In fact, he did the women on warplanes when he was in the Army. So I was always doing portraits, drawing, and then I went to a university in America and did fine arts, which is wonderful in America. It's very broad. So you're doing sculpture and painting and weaving and ceramics and nature drawing and figure drawing every day. And I think that means that you can move around. So I've gone from woven tapestry to needlepoint to mosaic, and I would take on anything. Now I'm starting a leopard here. And the way I saw it is in the World of Interiors, which is a wonderful magazine for inspiration. There was this wonderful engraving of a leopard. And now I'm starting to needlepoint it. I started with being inspired by the medieval period, which is very rich with flowers and animals. I also did a book on the theme of love, hearts and cupids, and then I realized that Gustav Klimt, the painter, was very decorative with swirls and triangles and squares and circles and gold and wonderful colors, and his paintings translated very easily into the square of tapestry. So I started looking at his paintings and taking elements from them and making my own paintings in tapestry. I did the woven tapestry, which I don't do much anymore. It's very time consuming. I do the needlepoint a lot now because it's desired, so that's always nice. And I do a lot of mosaic, which I enjoy, and that's also sort of the same process. You're getting a palette of colors, and you're taking little pieces which add up to a whole, maybe a picture or just a mood or a palette of blue. When I started the mosaic, which must be 15, 20 years ago, strangely enough, I started just down here from where I'm living. I took my young son, we were playing in the stream, and we found little blue and white chards. And we brought them home, and because he was so high, we did a windowsill of these blue and white chards. And I started seeing these chards and the beautiful scenes on them and just the pattern, so started collecting them and started doing benches, obelisks, pillars, a wonderful grotto that I did that was shells, and a huge heavenly blue sky with gold stars and constellations, and then it worked down to shells. That took me a year to do. I also have gone into shoes, so I mosaic shoes, very, very small pieces. And to make the shoes more modern, I've now gone into Converse sneakers. When I do my needlepoint, I'm trying to think of why I'm particularly known or why my designs are successful. And I think it's because they're quite rich in color. I break up the background because I want it to be quite rich, because the colors work with each other. It's not just a red, it's the red against the white against the blue. But I also like breaking up the colors so it's not too crude. So the red will have 3 reds and the background has 3 different mustards or golds. A blue is not just a blue. There might be 20 blues, and I want to get the right one. And I use gold. I think I was the first person who started using gold thread just to give it a little bling, a little glit, not too much, and especially the medieval designs, because in the beginning I was inspired by illuminated manuscripts, and of course they're all gold. And I have to say, I feel quite a sham when you look at those. First of all, not only the Klemts, the paintings, but also the medieval illuminated manuscripts, how beautiful and fine they are. And then I'm crudely doing a stitch, 10 stitches to an inch. It's very embarrassing at times, but it's a private embarrassment.